Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a general spirit for the collective fire spirit. This reading will not be for everyone, so take it how it resonates. This is going to be more of a motivational, inspirational, spirit-guided message for the collective in this reading because I feel like we can use it. I woke up this morning with a song in my heart and I had to go and look it up, and it was called We Fall Down by Donnie McClurkin. And it basically talks about how we fall down and we get up. Even a saint used to be a sinner. So it's like everybody can be forgiven of their sins. Everybody falls down. Everybody has bad days, whatever the case may be. But it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It matters how many times you get up. As long as you get up when you fall and keep going, there's no sense of failure. Right, so we're going to pull some cards from your spirit guides and see what they want you to know in this reading. Hopefully it can be more inspirational and inspiring than anything else. If it resonates, let me know in the comments. Let's go ahead and tap into the energy. I kind of want to turn this down so I don't shadow ban or block my channel. Okay. So let's pull some guided messages from the Holy Spirit, from the ancestors, from the spirit team of the collective fire spirit. Please make it very clear and easy for me to channel. Yeah, what's the messages? I was doing some studying yesterday and I came across some information from the Bible that talked about how the Most High turned his back on his people because they wouldn't turn away from their wicked ways. They wouldn't stop sinning. They wouldn't stop worshiping idols and other sins and things of that nature. And people always ask the question, like, you know, when they're going through things in life, they always ask the question, like, where is God? Why isn't he doing anything or whatever? But he did do something. He tried to do something and we rejected him. And we told him we didn't want his help. And so he turned his back on Israel. And you can read about that in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17. Really, the entire verse 1 through 41 talks about how the Most High turned his back on his people and why he did it. Because they wouldn't turn away from their wickedness. They wouldn't stop misbehaving. They wouldn't, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But it also talks about, with that being said, it talks about that the promises of God is not lost, that he still loves his people. He still wants the best for us. And it also talks about how he's going to return for his people and he's going to fulfill his wishes and he's going to grant them their wishes. But it's like, in order for him to be able to do that, Israel / his children have to turn away from sin and they have to reject this world and the things of this world. Right? I want to kind of read a quick little note that I wrote down from the notes that I took. The question then becomes, if the Most High knows what's going on and he sees everything that's happening, why is he not doing anything? Why is he punishing us, right? And here's the answer to that question. I wrote down in my notes that you might wonder what type of father or man would turn their back on their own children. And then I wrote to the side of that we see it every day. How many families are broken families because the father left the home or whatever the case may be? We see it every day. So it's not unlikely that a man can turn his back on his own family, even if he doesn't want to. In some cases, they don't want to. Nonetheless, I digress. And then I wrote the statement, as above, so below, after I asked the question about, will a man turn his back on his own children? The answer is yes, he will, sometimes. If we would... Okay, so I also wrote, I'm sorry, I'm just giving you some notes that I wrote about this whole download that I received yesterday. It goes on to say that if he warned them that this would happen, meaning that he would walk away from them, and they didn't believe him or listen, then that's not on him, that's on them. Like if somebody tells you not to go the wrong way, and you go the wrong way and something happens to you, is it your fault, or is it the person's fault because you got hurt going the wrong way, or is it your own fault? Who do you blame for that? Most of the time we blame God and not ourselves, right? That's the point. It says that the Most High is not a man, so he shall not lie. The Most High can't lie. If he says that, he has to do it. His word does not return back to him void. Anything he says will happen or come to pass. So if he said it would happen, and he was warning them that it was going to happen, and they chose not to believe him, that's on them, not on the Most High, because he wanted them to come out of this energy, and they didn't listen. And so here we are 2,000 some odd years later, well, not 2,000, but centuries later, living the same lifestyle that our ancestors before us and before them lived, meaning they worship idols, they performed rituals, they did things outside the will of God, they broke the covenant, so on and so forth. And so the Most High rejected his people because they were being disobedient to the covenant or the commandment that God gave them. And so when you break your covenant or your agreement with God, or an agreement, there is consequences for that. Because of their disobedience to the Most High, their Father, there were consequences for their actions by rejecting his agreements. He gave us conditions to follow, or rules to follow, and we broke all the rules, and then we got mad when the rules that we didn't follow didn't protect us. We get mad at God because he's not protecting us. Well, he can't protect us if we don't want to follow the rules, let's just say. If he's giving us directions on how to go about things in life without getting hurt, and we don't follow his directions, then that's not on him, that's on us. A lot of times when he has a certain zeal for you, or he has a certain space for you in his heart, he will send you guidance to redirect your path back to the path where you belong. And even with the guidance sometimes that we receive from the messengers, the prophets, the seers, whatever, we still don't listen. Even in his word, he said, even through my prophets, I have warned you about destruction, and you still wouldn't listen. In the New Testament, there's a story about a king and a beggar that both passed away. They both went to the other side. One went to this side, one went to that side. Before they passed away, this beggar was outside the king's palace asking for food and water, and the king turned him away. And the same day, they both passed away, and they both went to a different place. In this place, the king was on one side, and the other person was on the other side, and the king saw him there, and he said, hey, because the beggar went on the side where Abraham was at, Abraham's bosom, basically. The other guy went to the other side, right? So as he looks across as he sees across the other side, because you can see the other side from the other side, but you just can't get to the other side from the other side, basically. But you can see everything that's going on. So the king sees this beggar sitting in the bosom of Abraham, and he's asking this beggar for a drink of water. He can't quench his thirst, because where he is, there is no way to quench your thirst, right? The beggar then says, or the guardian of the beggar says to the man across the river of fire that he basically wanted somebody from where they were to go back to the earth, basically, to tell his brothers about this place where he was. And the person he was speaking to was an angel, or a prophet of God, or I can't remember who he spoke to. Was it the beggar, or was it Moses? It was someone that he saw on the other side that he was talking to, that was a prophet of the Most High. And he wanted this person to go back to earth, in a sense, and warn his family about this place where he was. And the prophet said to him, if they didn't believe John the Baptist, or they didn't believe me, they're not going to believe me either. So basically he says to this guy, I can go up there and tell them that, but they're not going to believe me. They're not going to believe me if I tell them there's a place called hell that really exists. They're not going to believe me. If they didn't believe this person or that person who I sent as well, they're not going to believe me either. So basically, God is saying, I've given them warnings. I told them what would happen. I told them this would happen, and they wouldn't listen. Even through my prophets, they would not hear the truth. So when he turned his back on Israel, it wasn't because he didn't love Israel. It's because he tried everything he could do to get them to turn away from their idol worships, and they didn't listen. So he had to leave them where they were. But in the end, okay, there will be a remnant saved from the death and destruction that's coming to destroy the place where we live, to create a new place for us, right? And only those that follow him will be able to enter into this new heaven, this new earth. Everyone else will be destroyed. That's the message that I got with that. So I'm going to digress. I'm going to leave that where it's at. In the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8, it talks about how the Lord in the Bible talks about if anyone touches the apple of his eye, they touch him. So the Most High sees his people as the apple of his eye. They're very special to him. And when we are trying to do the right thing, or we're doing the right thing, and we're still being met with resistance, that's when the Most High begins to get angry and starts to take vengeance out on those people, and he sends people in to help us, right? Or whatever. Nonetheless, I digress. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that out. I will do some more in-depth, more into that later on. But it's basically talking about how the Most High turned his back on us because we turned our back on him. But he's coming back to get us in the end for those that want to be saved, right? So if you want to be saved, it's time to get your life in order, your house in order, yourself in order. You can't go back. You can't get into the kingdom of heaven with, with these attachment styles or whatever the case may be. So, all right, let's get some oracle messages for this reading. Take it how it resonates. That was just a little brief, whatever you want to call it. I'm a very studious person. I like to study. I like to read. I like to research. I like to look deeper into things. It's just in my nature. And I don't know, I just like to look for the answers to the questions that most people have and don't know where to find them. So, yeah. They call me the librarian. I'm not a librarian, but I do like to read books. All right, let's get the message for the collective fire clear to make it very clear. Please and thank you. Overall energy for this reading is voyage. It says you already have the answers or all the answers. All right, you already have all the answers. Whatever the answers are to the questions you have, whatever questions you have, you already have the answers to your questions. All right, is the message. There's a map, there's a book, there's a guide, there's a source, there's a piece of paper with an image on it that shows you where you are. They want you to use this information, use this piece of paper, use this guide to guide you. This is somebody who's also like lost at sea or deeply wounded or emotionally, because water represents emotions, and then this person's out to sea. So this is also giving me like the Six of Swords energy. And there's a mermaid fan in the background. This lady could be of a Cherokee background or Indian background or some kind of native background. I heard Cherokee Indian background. She's definitely of the brown persuasion or something like that. She has a darker tone to her skin, so I feel like she's a Native American or a native to this land or not from this land or whatever the case may be. This could also be like a marine spirit or a mermaid spirit, a sailor, someone who likes to sail or swim even, somebody who likes the water. So buried deep within your subconscious mind, there is a hidden compass inside of you, like a compass inside of you that has directions on where you need to go, right? In order to find this compass or to find this inner, they're showing me like an arrow. There's this arrow, there's this compass, there's something with like a sense of direction attached to it. It's within you. The truth lives inside of you. So you know where you come from. Maybe you don't know where you come from. Maybe you're trying to figure out where you come from. If you have any native descendants in your family bloodline, you feel like you're different from everyone around you. It's like you're trying to figure out who you are, where you come from. Like, why are you so attached to water? Or why do you like to stay in the water so much? You're trying to figure out who you are. And they're saying the answers you need are already with you. I don't know. Okay. I don't even like Marvin Sapp no more because of what he did with them people at the church. I can't even give him any of my attention. I don't even know why he popped up on this video. And I don't have nothing against the man, but it's just the fact that he tried to use his position of power to manipulate the people in his church into giving money that they may or may not have had to give, and try to condemn them for not being able to do it. You know, I don't like that. And that's the sense of a man robbing God, using God as their source of power. Like saying, God told me to tell you to pay this much, da 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 da. Like, that ain't what God said. God don't need. Stop lying on God. Stop blaming him for everything, because everything that's going on is not God's fault. God warned his people a long time ago, before we even got here, how it would be and how to steer clear of the danger ahead of us. Some of us listen, some of us don't. It is what it is. And when you don't listen, that's what happens to you. It's almost like, take responsibility for your own actions and stop blaming everyone else. So somebody here needs to take responsibility for their actions and stop blaming everyone else. And go within and figure out what's going on within you to make you feel how you feel, or think how you think, or see what you see, or believe what you believe. It's like you need to do some research, some in-search, some inner searching, some introspecting. I don't know. This card says to think before you judge and take a chance on them. And we are all just stardust. The universe card, raindrops and feather. Your heart has to be as light as a feather to enter into the kingdom of God. If there's anything in your heart that is unpure or not pure, God will know. He's only coming back for those people who has pure, genuine love in their heart, who don't hate each other, who don't, hurt each other, or who genuinely love each other, because he's not letting anybody to the kingdom of heaven that has a bad heart or a bad spirit attached to them. You can't come to this next phase of the journey with that type of energy on. You have to be cleansed and baptized, and all that has to be removed. So it's like going into a season of renewal, going into a season of rebuilding, reconnecting, or connecting with others just like you. So it's like somebody is looking for their people, their tribe. They're looking for like other people like them, people who understand things that they understand. It's like, because otherwise they feel lost in the world. They feel like there's no one out there like them, or there's no one else out there that, connects with things like them. This is somebody who's looking for a connection. They want to be connected to people like them. You're connected to Source, Universe, God, Creator. You're all connected as one. So what you feel, they feel. So it's not like he didn't care about his children, the Israelites. He wanted them to stay away from those people. He wanted them not to intermix with those kind. He wanted them to stay away from certain things, and they just wouldn't listen. And they got invested or involved in certain things that led them away from the Most High God. And it created chaos and confusion in their lives. And now they're lost at sea, and the sea represents people. These people are now lost at sea. Some of them can't return. I don't know. At the bottom, we have to release your guilt and be honest with yourself. It's time to be honest with ourselves. Is it really the Creator's fault that bad things happen to good people? Or is it that bad things happen to good people because good people don't know bad people when they see them? When you see bad people, Do you know how to recognize a bad spirit? Or do you know how to recognize an evil spirit? Do you know how to see beyond the veil of what people are trying to show you? Like, I don't know. Take it how it resonates. I want to read some of this from the book, mostly all of it. I want to read this Voyage card 34. The Voyage card says that you already have all the answers and you've been feeling lost for a while now, wandering through your life, aimlessly searching everywhere for meaning and never coming up with anything of substance, and that's the problem. You keep searching for answers outside of yourself when all the answers can be found within you. God lives within us, in our hearts. If you take the time to look, you need a spiritual mentor, maybe. At this point in your life, that person needs to be you. Maybe you do need some spiritual guidance. Maybe you do need somebody to help you understand. But they're saying the answers you need are within you, because nobody can answer the questions about life that you may have, or your questions may be different than others. It's like all the answers you need are within yourself. And if you don't know how to connect with spirit on your own or by yourself, they're telling you that the way to connect to them is within your heart. Like, that's how you make the connection with them, is through your heart. Okay? So you make the connection with the universe through your heart, with your emotions. Like, you just tell them how you feel. Right? I don't know. Take it how it resonates. The universe card says that we are all just stardust, which is the world card. It says that when we are children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our own lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn that we aren't the center of the universe. We are but specks of stardust in one of its many skies. However, we must all still do our part to take care of our own individual worlds, or else it throws everything else off balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the bigger picture stuff, like recycle, don't litter, and always give thanks and show gratitude. All right? Release your guilt says that you've been carrying the burden of guilt on your shoulders for a very long time, and it's time to release the negative feeling of feeling guilty. It's negatively impacting all facets of your life and making it impossible for you to function. You're at a crossroads where you need to choose a direction. Go ahead and make your reparations, or release yourself from the cage you've built around yourself. The hint is sometimes the first road leads back around to the second. So we got to go back to the beginning where it all started. We got to go back to the basics. We got to go back home. It's like we're in a place where we don't belong. We don't fit in. Nobody here is like us, and we need to connect back to our higher selves, or go back to where it all began. Like, figure out where this came from. Like, why did we come here in the first place? What was the point? What was the purpose? What is this? Some of you have questions like that, and you're asking questions like that because you want to know, like, why did you decide to come here? Like, why would I come to a place where I can't fit in, or where people don't get along? Why did I choose to take this journey by myself? Why did I choose to go this way instead of going the other way? Like, these are questions you're asking yourself, right? And your questions have answers, and the answers you're looking for are within yourself. It's like you wrote down. Imagine writing yourself a note. I remember watching this show called Push, and it was about gifted individuals with different gifts and abilities. This one girl, she used to draw images, and every time she drew the image, it was from a download that she received, and it would happen either right then, or it would, like, a future prediction, right? They were being tracked by monitoring spirits. I think they called them sniffers. They can sniff them out by, if they use their gifts, these people can find them by their gifts, right? So they were trying to get away from them, and they had to draw out the map, but they couldn't look at it, because if they looked at it, the other people could see what they would see. Anyway, so they wrote it all down, they put it away, and when they got to their location, they opened up, and then that's when they got the answer. So it's like you wrote yourself a note, and you told yourself that if I ever get lost again, I'll just go back to where I started, and I'll just start back over again, because I know what, you know what I'm saying? It's like you wrote yourself a plan, or you planned this there's a bigger plan to all this. The plan to this, or the plan was to return back to where you come from. It's saying something like go back to where you come from. It's time to go back to where you come from. Where'd you come from? You came from source. Okay, so they're also saying when you die and they put your body into the ground, you go back into dust. You turn into dust and you go back to God. So when the spirit leaves the body, the spirit goes back to the Creator. The body gets burned into the ashes and turns into ashes, but the ashes are just dust. The soul has already been taken away. So it's like somebody's soul is being taken away. Somebody lost their soul, or their soul was taken away. Somebody's being buried alive or buried deeply. I don't know. Let's get some messages. What is this? Where we at? 26 minutes and I don't even know what I just said. We got the devil in reverse. That's a good message. It's like the devil you've been released from this energy. The devil had somebody bound to this energy. The devil was using this energy to keep you bound to them. Somebody was using this energy to keep you bound, or this negative energy is keeping you bound to them. These negative emotions, these heavy emotions, these emotional burdens, this emotional loss. This was an emotional loss for someone. Emotional loss. Emotional damage. You gave someone a chance here. This says give them a chance or take a chance on them. You took a chance on somebody here. I guess somebody who you thought you could trust. Maybe you misjudged this person or they misjudged you. Somebody just lost their way here. It's like we've all just lost our way here. Like the roadmap to get back home again is buried deep within our conscious mind. Subconsciously, we don't have any clue as to what we're doing here, but we do know why we came here. We just don't remember, right? Our memory has been erased. So the answers to why you came here, or why you are here, or what you're supposed to do while you're here is buried deep within your subconscious mind. The devil has been using certain tricks to confuse you about why you're here by offering you certain gifts or opportunities that make it seem like you came here to do this instead of that. It's like he used certain techniques or methods to distract you from your purpose or to keep you bound to him. And by you being bound to the devil, you are not safe. Like the devil was leading you down a path that led to destruction, that would have ended your life for some of you. But because of who you are and because of God's love for you, he sent someone to redirect your path to get you out of danger or out of trouble, out of a situation where you would have kept going had it not been for God on your side, or how you would have stopped loving yourself. You would have kept giving your love away. So basically, God is saying something like you're giving your love away to all the wrong people. You're trying to love people who don't love themselves. It's not that everybody is bad. It's just that the good people are hard to find. And when you find one, you want to hold on to one, because once you lose that person, it's hard to get them back again. So somebody has lost you, collective, and it's going to be hard for this person to get you back again because you already released your guilt or this energy, right? You're not giving out any more chances, it seems, to someone. You're not giving your love away anymore. So you're no longer giving your love away to anyone anymore. Ten of Swords in reverse, because you're tired of being betrayed by people you love. God feels the same way about his people. His people betrayed him and turned away from him, and they turned towards this other energy, and they betrayed God and broke his heart. So it broke his heart to have to turn away from his people to lead them here to suffer. But for those that free themselves from this pain and suffering, or find their way back home, God will help them get out of that energy and bring them back to where they begin, like where they belong. So it's like a battle between doing the right thing versus not doing the right thing, or knowing what to do when you're being challenged with certain situations. How do you respond to certain people, places, and things? How do you react to certain situations? Do you respond with hate in your heart, or is there any hate in your heart, or is your heart pure and innocent? Like, it's all about how you respond to a situation that determines the nature of your heart and how you treat people. So God judges us on how we treat others. If we treat others the way we want to be treated, then we're treating them with the love. We're treating them with the right type of love. But if we're treating them or mistreating them, then that's not an act of love. That's an act of selfishness, or that's an act of I don't know what they're saying. It's like, when you work with the Most High, the devil can't hurt you. When you work with the devil can do whatever he wants, basically. Because you basically gave him power to do whatever he wants. That's that introspection going within energy. Knight of Wands. Somebody here was a foolish man or woman to think that they could do whatever this was and get away with it. The devil thought that he could get away with whatever this is he did. He thought that he would be able to, turn God people away from him. But the true believers, the true descendants, the true, the real ones will always survive. It's the ones that don't have no love in their heart that the devil has power over. It's like when you don't have no love in your heart and you hate everybody, that's a form of that's like a form of that's a demonic spirit, right? If everybody you meet is a bad person, or if everybody you meet, I don't know what they're saying. It's like knowing when to let go when something doesn't serve you, right? When God removes people from our lives, it's not to punish us, it's to help us escape their plans of doing bad things to us. What we don't see, God sees. What we don't know, God knows. So when he sees that we are in some type of danger and or trouble, or that the enemy is trying to take us out, he will send in his spirit guides or his angels to come and save us from ourselves. Because sometimes we don't know that we're in danger, or that we're doing things wrong, or we're doing things the wrong way. Sometimes we don't have a clue, because sometimes we get lost along our way, and we have to be redirected. So when God looks down and sees his children are dealing with demonic energies, or there's someone out there trying to hurt them, and they're trying to get back to their purpose, or they're trying to follow their path, and something's trying to stop them or block them, God don't play about us. So anytime there's a third party interference trying to interfere with the purpose that God created us for us to be here to do, if they try to stop or block our paths, he won't allow that. So every time you find yourself going against evil people, or if there's always an evil person around you, just know that that's just God showing you that he's there. Like basically he's saying, when the enemy comes in, I'm sending the enemy towards you to prove to the enemy that you are loyal to me and not to him. It's like a loyalty test, right? We get tested by certain temptations, and this is how the Most High knows what's inside of our hearts, by testing us allowing the devil to test us. He doesn't do it; the devil does it. If we pass the test, then God can go back and tell everyone that this is one of my child, this is one of my people. They follow me. They don't follow you. So it's like testing the spirit of people to see what's inside their heart. And when you learn how to discern people's energy or know what's inside their heart, you can avoid certain people like this moving forward. I don't know if you had the ability to do that in the past, because if you did, you probably wouldn't be here. But it's like it wasn't for you to be punished or to punish you. It was to teach you how to discern the energy of bad people or negative people or people who have bad intentions in their heart for you. So it taught you how to be more diligent. It taught you how to be more confident, Queen of Wands. It gave you the ability to discern people's energy before you get involved or invested or invest in them. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have a spirit guide that protects you from people who try to hurt you. Even when you don't know there's danger ahead of you, they always do. So whenever they see you're going the wrong way or someone's trying to hurt you, they always step in and redirect your path, and they always come in and take care of the business for you. You don't ever have to fight these people ever again. Like, these people are no longer a threat to you, basically. The remnant that's going to be saved are going to be the ones that have been chosen by the Most High to do His work. And if you've been chosen by the Most High to do His work, then your path will always be clear from any obstacles that get in your way, basically. Yeah. Nothing can stop you from being able to fulfill your divine purpose, or God will fulfill His purpose and promises that He made to you. Just because the enemy got in your way or tried to block your path doesn't mean that you're blocked forever. You will be able to come back again. You will be able to get out of this energy with the help of God. But you have to find God within you in order to make the connection with Him. So it's like as soon as you walk away from bad, they keep calling these people bad people who don't have God in their heart, people who only worship the devil. These people only care about themselves. So these kind of people can't come with you on this part of your journey. These kind of people you have to let go. Anybody in your circle or in your life right now that doesn't serve God or honor or respect themselves like you respect yourself, or respect God the way you respect God, who have different beliefs than you, you have to leave these people behind in order for you to move forward. And you got to release the guilt that comes with it. So this is you releasing karmic people that have been karmic lessons, or lessons for you to teach you how to, I guess, follow your heart. Because giving your heart away to people who don't deserve you has put you in so many bad situations where God had to come and rescue you. Because you were drowning in your emotions, you were suffering in silence, you're being misguided or mistreated by others, and you felt abandoned and alone. God has not forsaken you. He will not send you out on this journey by yourself, unprotected, with no help, and leave you out here to die. Anytime He sees that you're in need of help, He will always come and save you, even when you don't want to save yourself. So it's like you're being delivered from some type of negative energy or person, place, or thing that was trying to destroy you, when God has called you to a higher purpose, and you have to fulfill your purpose in this lifetime, and you will succeed. But it's going to require you to be able to know when to walk away from a dead-end situation, or when to let go of a person, place, or thing when it doesn't serve you anymore. It's like you're not meant to stay in a unhealthy environment. You're not meant to suffer this way. Like, this was not meant to punish you. This was meant to teach you how to understand that everything God created was good. Nothing is really bad. Everything that God created was good, including you. You're not a bad person. You may have made some bad choices in life, but that doesn't make you a bad person. You may have done some things to hurt people, but that doesn't make you a bad person. God forgives all of us. But it takes us to forgive ourselves first before we can be forgiven by God. This is somebody who wants to be forgiven for something they've done. They walked away from someone they loved. They left that person by themselves. They went off and they chose a different path. They feel bad about what they've done. They want forgiveness from you. They want you to forgive them for what they did. They don't want you to turn your back on them. They want you to give them another chance. So God is telling you that there's someone coming in that wants to heal things between you and him or them. And God says that if you decide to go back into union with this person again, that what you can expect from this person again is more of the same behavior as before, because this is someone who has yet to go within and work on themselves, right? So release the guilt or the burden of having to walk away from whoever this is and free yourself from whatever this was, because God is calling you to a higher purpose. This person is no longer connected to your destiny. All right. They fulfilled their purpose in your life, and their purpose was to get you to come back to who you are and to walk away from this demonic coven or this toxic relationship. This may not be you. This could be them. God could be going to get this person. They already got you out the way, so now they got to go back in and get this person. This person don't want to leave their situation behind. They want to stay in this unhealthy relationship. But just like God had to force you out of the situation, they're going to force them to do the same thing by guiding them away from this energy. So I feel like Divine Feminine, God has already removed you from the situation, and you're over here being protected while they go back in and save this person. This person needs more help than you do. You've already moved past all this, so you're on a different level than this person is. You're on level 10, they on level 1. So they got to go back in, free this person, get them back together again, and then bring the two of you back into union. Right? So you're being protected right now while their spirit guides or your spirit guides go back in and get this person. This person is stuck in this cycle with this devil energy. They can't free themselves without any help. So when they get them back together again, like putting the piece, Humpty Dumpty fell out the wall, had a great fall. When they rebuild this person again or reconnect this person back together again, because he's going to be destroyed, this place is going to be destroyed, this person, they're going to rebuild this person and reshape them into the person they were meant to be. Because right now they've been distorted and disengaged, or they've been disabled or disconnected or something from source. So they have to be reconnected to source to be reconnected to themselves. Their soul has left their body. So this person's soul has left their body. The Spirit of God is not in this person. So it's almost like a death and rebirth this person has to go through in order to get a new body or a new heart. This person needs a new heart. The other heart is broken. 3 of Swords. Their old heart is broken. This person has to get a new heart. They need a new heart. This could be a heart transplant, something like that. Somebody could be on a waiting list for a heart transplant, but this person needs a new heart. Their heart is broken. You needed a new heart. You needed to be put on life support or some type of support here. Somebody needs some type of support here, life support, a new heart, a new body, a new vessel, a new vehicle, a new home. Because the old you is dead and gone, and that's the truth. The old you is dead and gone. The new you is more improved and made of. So the old you is dead and gone. You have a new body, a new timeline, a new beginning, a new cycle, a new chapter is beginning for you. And these other people is being left behind. Yeah. In this new timeline, you're going to meet a new person that's a masculine energy with feminine balance within themselves. So this is a more balanced and a more emotional, stable person you're about to meet. This other person is somewhere in like struggling to get out of a situation. The 5 of Wands is either self-inflicted. Somebody's doing this to themselves. This is them self-inflicting pain, selfish energy. Queen of Swords. You see what I'm saying? This other person has some inner conflict or some inner work to do. They have to cut ties, cut cords, cut cords. They have to get out of this energy in order to heal this situation. Let's read this Give Him a Chance from the book. They keep showing me that card. What number is this? I'm about to wrap this up. I got to go to work. I don't know what this is. This is like a whole lot of different things going on. But the main message is that someone here is being left behind. And don't let it be you, basically. Don't let it be you that gets left behind. Like, if it's you over them or them over you, you got to choose you this time. And you got to be able to walk away from the situation if it means take a chance on them. Says, if anyone has a reason to keep their guard up, it is you. People have been known to mistreat you, and like any rational person, you finally get tired of it, and you went back inside and you locked the door. Hermit mode energy. But you weren't supposed to stay out of the rain forever, no matter how terrifying the prospect may seem. You need to put yourself out there again. Whoever it is you're thinking of, they can be trusted to walk with you through the storm. You know what this feels like? It feels like two people who were at odds with each other for whatever reason, but the misunderstanding is all just a big misunderstanding. There was a lack of clarity or a lack of knowledge or a lack of awareness here that somebody did not have. And the reason why y'all couldn't work together before is because somebody here didn't understand the assignment. But it's like now they get it. Now I understand. We're supposed to be together. I didn't know. I thought I could be with, you know what I'm saying? They're kind of coming out of that place now. They're not there anymore. They're ready to move things forward with you. But it took some time for this person to understand the assignment, the purpose of all of this. And I feel like you being the other person here was waiting for your person, patiently waiting for them to return, but they never showed up for you. So eventually you got tired of waiting and you decided to move on without them. And you moving on without them has given them some type of motivation to move forward as well. So they may not be coming with you now, but you will see this person later on in life or somewhere down the line. Y'all paths will cross again at some point. And at that point, the two of you will have both been through the fire and both come out on the other side. So maybe in the next lifetime, you and this person will reconnect. Or if it's this lifetime, it's going to be some time after this person has, released this energy. For now, though, you need to release them so they can do the work on themselves and heal themselves to be a better partner for you. You have to let them go through this cycle, or this is you leaving this person alone and leaving them to themselves and letting God take over from here and letting God work on them from the inside out to rebuild this person again. Because right now they seem to be heartless or soulless, or they're missing some pieces here, and they have to be reconnected back to themselves, And in this condition, this person is not fit for you, or in this state of mind, or in this place where they are, the two of you can't be together. They have to come out of this energy before y'all can come back together again for this new beginning with each other. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm going to leave it with that. Yeah, they're being worked on. They're under judgment. They're being reprogrammed or reset. This is like a reset energy. Yeah, the two of y'all will have a happily ever after, it seems, later in life. But right now, this is a process of them going through a lot of transformation or transmuting this person back into, it's just not the right time. Right now, you need to focus on yourself and let them focus on this person and let them do what needs to be done to get this person back on the right path. All right. So for now, it's a no. Maybe later it'll be a yes, but right now it's a no. It's a no for this person, and it's a no for you continuing to wait for this person. You have to continue to move on if you want to see, if you want to receive whatever this is. Like, it's almost like you got to let them go. You got to let them go. This is like they're in surgery right now and you can't come in the room. Yeah, that's what it is. This person's on the surgical table being operated on by the Holy Spirit to reset their organs or to get them back together. And you can't be in the room while they're performing the work. You got to wait outside, and you just got to be patient with the process. But you can't be in the same space where this person is right now, because right now they're in critical condition, and they may be, you need to be just, I don't know. I'm done. I'm not finna make that make no more sense. But that's kind of what I'm getting. This third party energy, this masculine, whoever this third party was, so this masculine really did a number on this person energetically, and they really got this person all messed up. They have to be reprogrammed, I guess. They keep saying reprogrammed. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. Y'all take it how it resonates. Thank you for watching. Love and light to y'all. Namaste.